Good morning, beloved. So today we begin a new series, The Hero's Journey, a spiritual quest. So welcome to Unity of Tempe. I'm Reverend Mitzi, Lynton. And this series is inspired by the work of Joseph Campbell, particularly one of his books, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Who's familiar with Joseph Campbell? Yeah, lots of us, right? So Joseph Campbell, he was an American author and professor of literature, and he's probably best known for his collaboration with Bill Moyers on the Power of Myth series, a 6-part series that was on PBS a long time ago. And during that series, they examined works of literature and myth. And Campbell identified a structure of these stories that followed a pattern of universal themes, offering insights into our own lives and experiences. And I really wanted to do this series because I was in a class way back in the day that we watched these Power of Myth things, but I was really young at that time, and it didn't mean a lot to me. So now I wanted to go back and really explore them today and this time. So I'm so excited about this series. So what is the hero's journey? Well, it's a framework that outlines the arc of a protagonist, the hero or the heroine. We're just saying hero, but it could be the heroine as well, over the course of a story. And the hero's journey shows how a character grows and changes over the course of a tale. And the journey involves embarking on adventure, facing and overcoming challenges, and ultimately returning home, forever changed by the experience. Now, famously, George Lucas used the hero's journey to write a little film called... That's right. So, why is the hero's journey important to us? Because by understanding the hero's journey, we can gain insights into our own spiritual paths. Because we're all heroes of our own lives. Your life is the story of you. And in this series, we're going to look at how Unity teachings align with Campbell's ideas so that we can boldly author our own stories and rewrite them as we face challenges and blockages along the way. And the hero's journey really helps us in life to reframe obstacles. We all go through obstacles and challenges in life, right? As opportunities for growth and self-discovery. So each week in this series, we'll focus on different stages of this journey and discover their spiritual significance. So this week, we start with the ordinary world, and we transition into the call to adventure, also known as the invitation to the divine call. The ordinary world. Now, this is where the hero is living in the normal world, doing their thing, going to work, going to school, raising a family, caring for cats, just going about everyday life. You like what I did there? I got it. And it's a life of routine and often, kind of boredom, right? I get a little bored sometimes. And this is the life the hero knows all too well. In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy lives on a farm in Kansas with her Auntie Em and her Uncle Henry and their dog Toto, that's right. And her life is mundane and it's filled with chores, but it's mostly filled with sameness. But then something happens in the ordinary world, and the hero receives a call to adventure. And this marks the moment when the hero is invited to leave their world and embark on a quest into the unknown. And this often involves a sense of urgency or a higher purpose, pushing the hero to move beyond their comfort zone. And it often comes as a challenge or situation that shakes the hero's current reality and forces them to take action. And this could be a crisis, it could be a new opportunity, and it could be a realization that something is missing or out of balance. Now, a crisis, well, that could entail a natural disaster, a personal tragedy, or a threat to a community. Something that forces the hero to act against their will, leaving their comfort zone to address the urgent problem. So, in The Wizard of Oz, what happens? A twister, right, a tornado happens, and it whisks Dorothy away to the magical land of Oz. That's right. And sometimes the call to adventure comes in the form of an opportunity to explore new horizons in the sound of music. Maria is given the choice to leave the monotony, she probably loved it, but the monotony at that time of the convent to become the governess for the Von Trapp children and to experience a few of her favorite things. And probably along the way, a lot of other things that weren't so favorite and that were very hard to deal with as well. Now, sometimes the call to adventure is a literal message. In Star Wars, Luke discovers a holographic communication hidden in a droid called R2-D2 from Princess Leia pleading, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. You're my only hope." Oh my, I remember that, like from watching it so many, I really need to watch Star Wars again. But sometimes the call to adventure is internal. There's a realization that something is missing or out of balance. The hero feels a sense of dissatisfaction or imbalance in their life. And in Unity, we call this a divine nudge or inner prompting that invites us to awaken to higher purpose and to grow and to evolve spiritually. And it often arises from a sense of, let's say it, divine discontent, where we feel a longing for something more meaningful or fulfilling. In this context, the sense of discontent is not negative, but it's a catalyst for transformation. Unity minister Eric Butterworth said, "The trees and flowers are not content with the blooms of last year." And if we are in the flow of the creative process, we experience divine discontent, in which we feel both the possibility and the need for growth. So here are some examples of divine discontent. Inner longing, a feeling that there is more to life than we are currently experiencing. In The Wizard of Oz, we see this before the tornado, the twister hits, when Dorothy wistfully sings, "Somewhere over the rainbow." I should have Dennis just sing this for us. "Skies are blue." I'm not singing. "And the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true." And another example of divine discontent is, let's say it together, restlessness. A sense of dissatisfaction with the status quo, urging us to seek something else. And this restlessness can arise in different areas. For example, it could be career, or personal growth, or expression, or health and well-being, or where we live in Phoenix when it's 116 degrees outside. Who's ever felt restlessness in their life? Oh my goodness, my hand is up. I wonder what that means. And another form of divine discontent is, let's say it together, wanting something better. For example, we might feel discontent with social injustices and want to see projects that promote equality and compassion and peace and interfaith harmony. And we're driven by that by a vision of a better world. And that's one of the reasons that we gather at Unity, to hold a vision for both ourselves and the world. So the next step in this hero's journey is, let's say it together, refusal of the call, also known as initial resistance. So at this point, Joseph Campbell says it's common for the hero to initially resist the call. Why? It's too different. And yes, a lot of work, and what else? Fear. That's it. Fear, doubt, or feeling unprepared. The familiar world feels safe, and stepping into the unknown requires courage and faith. And let's face it, change can be just plain scary. Think of Jonah in Scripture. If you were here, we did the series on Jonah. And if you weren't here for that, you can catch it on our YouTube channel. Jonah got the call to go to Nineveh to warn people. But what did he do? He exited stage left. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to take the call at first. He ended up going anyway and spending some time in the belly of a whale. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, the refusal of the call sets the stage for the hero's eventual transformation and growth. A hero wouldn't be a hero if they didn't have to overcome internal or external challenges, right? In Star Wars, Luke Skywalker initially refuses to join Obi-Wan Kenobi on his mission to rescue Princess Leia and fight the Empire. He feels obliged to stay and help his uncle on the farm. Well, there's a lot of farm stuff going on in these stories, right? Wizard of Oz and Luke Skywalker. But he doesn't want to leave the safety of his known world. And from a Unity perspective, the initial resistance to the call mirrors our human tendency to cling to the familiar. Fear and doubt, well, they're natural responses to change. We want to grow. Yes, we want to grow. We want to grow. But we don't want to change necessarily, right? Look at that comfy couch. I'm just going to watch a little Netflix, take a little nap. Yeah, I'm in my comfort zone. It's so comfy. All is good in my world. We don't really love to change too much because it's not easy to change. And why? Well, there's always the potential for failure. And that makes us uneasy. So it's discontent versus possible pain of failure. And so which is worse? Which eats at you more? It's the hero's job to decide. And so by acknowledging and confronting our fears, we can transform them into stepping stones towards spiritual awakening that is always available to us. Accepting the invitation to answer the call requires faith and trust. It requires us to step into that faith and trust and utilize all of our spiritual practices repeatedly. Now, the call to adventure is often accompanied by a, let's say it together, messenger or a mentor. So according to Joseph Campbell, the call delivered by this messenger or mentor disrupts the hero's ordinary world. And this figure serves as a catalyst, pushing the hero out of their comfort zone and into the unknown. Dorothy lands in Oz, where she meets... Well, who else does she meet?
Wizard.
And who else does she meet? And who else does she meet? The good witch, Glinda. She ultimately meets Glinda, who provides her with what? Some ruby slippers. And what does she have to do? And so she has to figure out how Glinda tells her what she must do to get back to Kansas. But does Dorothy have the courage to do what needs to be done? In Unity, we see these divine messages bringing important opportunities for spiritual growth to the hero, the you. This divine messenger can also appear in various forms, such as a physical mentor, like Glinda, the good witch, and a challenging situation or an intuitive insight. And recognizing and heeding these messages is crucial for embarking on our spiritual journey. Once the hero, you, has received and accepted the message, there is no going back. More about that next week. As we've seen, the call to adventure is not just an external journey, but an internal one as well. And it indicates that the hero is, let's say it together, embracing transformation. It signifies the hero's readiness for transformation and growth. And by accepting the call, the hero fully embraces a process of self-discovery and empowerment. Unity teaches that every call to adventure is an invitation to deepen our connection with the divine and to realize our full potential. And this journey involves letting go of old patterns, beliefs, and labels that no longer serve us. And it can be painful at times. And so to support us in this, we have just a slight plug right here for the class that starts at 11:30 today. Who wants to let go of some limiting labels in their life? 2 people. The rest want to hold on to the limiting labels, or the rest don't have any. Well, I'm ready to let go of any limiting they're so insidious. So this is here it is. We'll share more about it later. So as we conclude this first week of the hero's journey, a quick review of what we've discussed today. The static nature of the ordinary world. We talked about that, right? Yes. The significance of the call to adventure, inviting us to step into the unknown and embark on a journey of transformation. The role of the messenger or mentor. The initial refusal of the call. Why? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Yeah. Finally, embracing the call where we open ourselves to personal and spiritual growth. So, beloved ones, as Joseph Campbell asked, let's say it together. The big question is whether I, make it personal, I am going to be able to say a hearty yes to my adventure. What do you think, beloveds? Who's saying yes? I got a few people saying yes. Yeah. Are you going to say yes to your call to adventure? Well, then, if you said yes, I invite you to be here next Sunday for week 2 as we delve deeper into this hero's journey and we explore the next stage. Each stage builds on the previous one. And this next stage is crossing the threshold and more. And so, to anchor this message, you know we got to have a particular song. What could it possibly be? Oh, let's see.
Some place where there isn't any trouble. Do you suppose there is such a place, Toto? There must be. It's not a place you can get to by a boat or a train. It's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
And it just gives us the idea of this journey, like looking forward into something else, ready for something else, ready for something more, that longing that we see in that story. And so let us now together affirm, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, we are.
Hey, Mitzi?
Yes.
How come that movie didn't get the Academy Award?
Why
Because
did it not?
the same year, Gone with the Wind came out.
Ah.
49.
So The Wizard of Oz never got an Academy Award?
No,
Wow.
Gone with the Wind got it.
I did not know that. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So this is the time where we get to share our blessings, our financial blessings. And so I invite you to take it to your heart, your financial blessings. They do support our Unity of Tempe community. We did have a hole, I should just say, last month. So we are looking to increase this month. And so we accept those blessings, those financial blessings, and let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. And if you prefer to give online, here's our QR code. And while the collection is going around, we're just going to accept and pray for all those who are blessing our community and all those who are not able to, or also that we accept and know that every single person is blessed in every single way, that what we give comes back to us in so many ways, bazillionfold. Thank you, Kent. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. And Deborah, I think there might be, just check. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so we are so grateful for these gifts, Divine Spirit. Thank you, Deborah and Kent. And thank you for every single prayer that has ever been in the prayer box or ever will be in the prayer box. And we thank you also, too, those who give online who aren't here with us, who send donations. We're so very, very grateful for you also. And so it is. Amen. So again, I know you're going to be like, oh, she's plugging this so much. Yes. Really worked hard on the message and the workshop today, and this is going to start at 11:30, possibly a little bit earlier if we are all here, but 11:30, and we're going to let go of some limiting labels. I am ready to do that, and there is no cost for this. It is a love offering. If you'd like to stay and participate, we can have a love offering for that. So. And I want to just invite you to be with our Zoom and prayer and connect call. We meet every Thursday on Zoom at 10 a.m. Anyone is welcome from any spiritual community to join in with us on this. Thank you for all who brought in food for Matthew's Crossing. We partner with the Church of the Epiphany to support Matthew's Crossing Food Bank. So that should have changed, and it should be the end of August, whatever that date is. So just know that the next intentional, the last month, Sunday in August. You can bring food in any time, though. Yes. And so if you are facing food insecurity, or if you know of anyone who's facing food insecurity, that's a really big thing. And there is no shame in that whatsoever. But we do have some locations here, of course, Matthew's Crossing. And if you go to unitedfoodbank.org, there are many locations listed there. If you are like, I really can't access the internet very well, but I want to know some of those locations, we have a sheet right here you can take a picture of. Kent, let me give that to you so you can hold it up there. That's brilliant. And if you're a senior and you'd like a food box, you can see where to get one of those as well. I just want you to know, each of you, how important you are. You are so important, and you are loved, and you matter, and you make a difference in the world just by being you. And so if you know someone who really, really would benefit from knowing that they're loved, that's like everyone, right? Wouldn't benefit from knowing that they're important and they make a difference. I encourage you, if they don't have a spiritual community, to invite them here so that we can let them know how important, how loved, and what a difference they make in the world. Let us say together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds online, have a beautiful, magnificent week. I'm sorry that the class will not be available online, just the message. We do that so that those who are participating in the class can be safe and vulnerable and share whatever is on their heart. But in the future, we may do an online version as well. So have a wonderful week.